And now that you're back, the first play I brought up was, of course, the interception because we had two plays that we feel like were the plays of the game, the turning point. This right here, pre-snap left, and I'm going to run it back. This pre-snap, and you could talk about it. Mike Denbrock did exactly. Let me set you up. Let me set you up because then you can go through all the scenarios for a young quarterback. All game, this was very simple. If it's 7 in the box, get it to the outside. If it's 6 in the box, run it. They just asked CJ Carr to count. That's all they did. Count. Hand it off on the RPO or get it to the outside. Unfortunately, what you want eventually as an offensive coordinator is you want the defense to start to creep up. You want that safety to creep up. You want that defensive back to come up and bump and run. Why? Because now you can take advantage of things over the top. Now you can go down the field. And this is the opportunity to be able to do that. However, you have a young quarterback that has been used to doing things and reading things one way and didn't read out the rest of the picture. Why? Because he's a young quarterback.
Right. And that's exactly the things that you want to avoid early on in situations like this. You know, it's the fourth quarter. You got the ball. You're trying to get the momentum back. And it's 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2, I'm just not giving a young quarterback an RPO. Because 2nd and 2 is a purgatory situation. It's purgatory. It's sort of in the middle of the field. There's not a premium necessarily on handing it or throwing it. You can read it and live with it. But situationally, from the game perspective, I'm just trying to get yards. I'm just trying to find a way to get yards the best way possible. That's by handing it off. That's the safest and best way. In a situation like this, it's an RPO where, like you said, they got 7, we're throwing it out, living to see it next down. However, in level 400 football, and the experiences will grow for CJ, yes, this is a 7-man box. Yes, the rules tell you in a 7-man box, throw it out. Pre-snap right now, CJ's thinking, I'm throwing it out regardless. I need to find a way to flip my feet fast to avoid the fake to get the screen out. The problem that you run into pre-snap is that, yes, all those rules work except the man is pressed. Now, theoretically, yes, the guy inside should pick him off and he should get it and run for however many yards. But this is real life football. People not going to move like how the paper tells they going to move. So what CJ has to realize is because he's pressed and aggressive, it's just a hard block and a hard play to live with throwing it out because that receiver on the inside has to take such a sharp angle and be so aggressive and so explosive to go right down the line to get the man press. And you're throwing it, which makes it even more murky because if the inside slot receiver doesn't do his job 100% perfect, this play is not going to be able to get executed at the highest level because you're going to have a breakup. And as a quarterback, you see this pre-snap, you should eliminate it just because it's like you don't want to live like that. That's what you call 50-50. He gets it or he doesn't get it. It's too murky of a play for me pre-snap. And this is a quarterback that's seen those scenarios. You just don't have enough practice time to go through every situation. So this is one he just didn't go through. And unfortunately, he has to learn. And this is what he's learning. So he's like, if I see this look again, I just don't want to live on taking the chance of throwing it out there in that look. Now, if the corner at the top was like the corner at the bottom.
Left. Can I ask you a question, Left?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Left?
Yes.
Like what you just said is perfect. I want you put you in this situation in the relationship you had with a Breezy or a Will. If they are now, you see this and you know it's an RPO, because of the relationship and the time you spent with Will and Breezy, do you see the 8-9 yard cushion that Malachi has in the boundary? Can't you just give Malachi a look? You can just give Malachi a look like I'm coming to you. Quick hit.
Now that's
throw it out to you.
That's level 500-600 when the team trusts you to put them in the best position.
Right.
Where if I was CJ in this position with the things that I'm asked of in this very same play, CJ in this offense has to see himself as a run threat. The play that equalizes this is CJ reading the end, which makes the end not blocked, which makes the box perfect to handle football. Because in the same play, what CJ should have done was eliminate the throw because the man is pressed and just read option the end. This is the level 4 or 500 when CJ learns, okay, I'm a threat also. Because guess what? The tackle is not blocking the end regardless of what he does. And the reason why he's not blocking the end is because the defense is bringing the safety down, which makes it a 7-man box. So the line, being as smart as they are, is like, we have 7, but we actually have 6 because we're going to let the quarterback handle the defensive end. So in this play, CJ should have just read option the defense end, which would probably tell him to pull it. He could have ran for the first down and fell down. Now, that's 3 different options for a first-year starting quarterback in an away game versus a top 10 team down 7 in the fourth quarter. This is where calling plays for inexperienced guys has to be crucial.